This is the grand final of the Americas region. We've been through 4 qualifiers and 4 qualifying days, and we end up with the 2 favorites. The one is Hitman, top 4 finisher at DreamHack, and the other one is iNSUPERABLE, his #1 challenger to date. They had a series before and Hitman took that 2-0, but iNSUP was not without chances at all. The bracket as provided by Wikipedia looks as follows. Probably the way one would expect it, maybe with the early elimination of Kiwikaki. Flawless way for Hitman and iNSUP through the winner bracket. Then iNSUP also dropping down, but eliminating Pato here. These two are the best of NA. And once again, NA greater SA, but Pato with a very, very good 3rd position. The best SA finish in a long time. But now it's about a ticket. It's about the one last ticket to Rara Land. Is it Hitman going all the way, maybe even without dropping a single map, or can iNSUP fight back? In Series 1, that slow Fiend opener wasn't necessarily the best. Hitman on the upper right hand side for the Orcs, iNSUP bottom left hand side. 3 maps to glory. 3 maps to Hamburg. We have the map picks and bans, of course, done. It is Hitman banning Last Refuge, because iNSUP wanted to pick that first. iNSUP banning Concealed Hill, which is one of the best orc maps. Then we have Shallow Grave and Tide Hunters for Hitman, and Northern Isles and Springtime for iNSUP. I gotta say, these map picks and bans were a little shaky by iNSUP already. Had to change his opinion twice. First about the ban, then about the second pick. Or the first pick, actually. So I hope on the map he's bringing the heat. He goes with the ghoul build. That looked pretty solid, to be honest. In both games that they've played before, it was decision making. One creep spot taken to aggressive. And on map 2, waiting for an Alta revive. Ooh, okay. Going for the Ogre Major in the big item right away. That would be level 2. Hitman finds him. Greater healing. Decent. Can with that afford to tank a little more with the DK and less on the ghouls, but this is already scary. Coil used. Who gets the last hits? Farsia doesn't get it. iNSUP. Also, plenty of coils, but uses them. Oh, that was actually only 1. Soon to be 2, but uses them both defensively. Ooh, 6 HP. Wolf still hungry. Nerup Tower not finished yet, but has to. Well, they expire, so that is a save. Must be a feel good, man. But how do you leave now? Super oppressive build. Farsi harass right away. iNSUP just waiting and teching right in his face. Skeletons, ghouls, coils. Those are the weapons that iNSUP has against the range attack and wolf attacks. Doesn't want to feed too much XP. It's only 1 skeleton for now. I would say this is a very solid early game, but it's not level 2. And this was a little greedy. There's 1 Tuska left. This is still up for grabs. And with the coil, iNSUP is moving over, drawing Hitman away from his own base. That's nice. Gets level 2 at the same time because he's creeping here. Very solid multitasking if he takes care of that ghoul. So who's gonna get the Tuska? The coil should secure this, but at what cost is the question. That's the coil invested. Trying to block him here, I guess. But 3 points around. Impossible in Warcraft 3. And that is level 2 unlocked. That is exactly what you want. TC second. Beastery coming. And probably more headhunters. Wow, super fast tech. Teching on 2 headhunters. Skipping all upgrades. How fast can iNSUP reach level 3 is now the next question. The tech is 60%, quite a bit behind. But this was also the fastest tech in the game for Hitman. I wonder if Hitman has more problems with iNSUP than he initially thought. because the fights were crazy. We open up Northern Isles a little bit. Hitman has the chance to go for the middle if he wants to. But low number of headhunters prevent that for a while. DK is catching a couple of hits. That's exactly what you want. And this is what I guess Starbuck didn't do early. Went for the ghouls always. And now the DK is threatening some shocky coils. And with that, the ghouls can clean this up. In the meantime, the TC starts creeping as well. But in the first series, Farseer was always leveling pretty fast. Level 2 wolves unlocked in almost no time. This is not the case here. Very, very underleveled Farseer. And it is the TC creeping instead. Ensnare troll region and the fastest tier 3. Cutting so many corners, but can't prevent level 3 at the time. INSUP this early game, pretty nice. And I guess INSUP, he needs this moment. Oh, Dark Ranger second, he cancelled the Lich. Decides to be aggressive. This is maybe not to be expected. Hitman with a very good and very important scout. But the creep spot is already done. I feel like INSUP is a little too late here. Especially with the availability of the Endurance, or he can just run away and then you kind of walk into a void with the Dark Ranger. But INSUP trying to make the best out of the situation. And the peons are mighty exposed, if not in burrows. But yeah, there's no opening at the moment. This Dark Ranger could be a liability. If the Lich is too weak later on, it will all fall down to this Dark Ranger pick. And again, a little indecisive. Maybe INSUP just started the Lich because he thought, okay, I want a hero as fast as possible. If I can reach the tavern, that's fine. If not, I have that backup. But no impact.
Player's forces are under attack.
And INSUP can't stop the TC from 3. Not at all. Hitman on the other side is not getting the Farseer, his feet on the ground. Lionhorn, excellent. And here's the creep jack. First big moment of the game. Can you escape? There's a speed scroll. Double claws by Hitman once again. Like, damage is really, really nice. Gets the remainders of the camp, but the big item is gone. Dark Ranger needs level 2. That was one of the biggest issues on INSUP's games. These silences. They need to be on point. I think INSUP, Hitman, excuse me, knows exactly what to do and when to do it. How far to push it, when his upgrades are kicking in, when he's in a solid position. And again, he's playing this early Orb of Lightning. That really very few people are playing this way. It's just coming with an orb. Passive play. Nobody wants to give up this first map. No big mistakes were made. INSUP, I wonder if he overvalues the Scroll of Healing against only level 1 Chain Lightning and Stomp. Seems to be like an unnecessary investment. Ooh, risky now. Very risky. With 3-1-1 heroes engaging into that creep spot against level 2 Stomp, we need some solid dodges. Hex again. For the triple disable. Ensnare, Stomp, Hex. And Destroy. Oh, okay. Destroyers are up. That helps a ton. Frenzy as well. Plus that Devotion Aura. INSUP so busy with the creeps. Oh, Coil Nova on the Farseer trying to force a town portal. Speed scroll by Hitman just to get the Farseer, but there's so much more coils. The Hex goes through for a long time. Maybe misspelled this a little bit. Raider goes down, Farseer far in the back, and the Kodo gets to eat. DK so far forward. The Destro is not in position, but he has the time for this for the potion. The DK is soaking up all the damage and has to TP out. That gives the marketplace to Hitman. I guess a couple of units were falling. The Fiend is still in the belly. 50 pop each. Both replenishing immediately. But yeah, that's the null. Warlord. Book of the Dead can be dispelled, but that opens up a Hex play. This is very early to, very easy to figure out if this is happening. Lich is super happy about this, and yeah, this was once again a fight without silence. And I'm not sure if I like this. This is the third time in a row. Underlevel Dark Ranger. Wait a minute, he misskilled. He goes Life Drain! INSUP! That was absolutely not what he wanted. Gets a kill here. Gets the second one. Ooh, that's a mistake that could cost him the game. Life Drain is kinda useless. And Silence is game winning. Very underleveled undead heroes. Hitman is controlling this all very, very, very well. And now he decides that he wants to be aggressor for the first time. He goes into the Raider to prevent that. Stomp is okay. Oh man, would he love to have a silence here. Destro once again far forward. Stutter stepping by Hitman looking excellent. Shadowhunter on the table though. The Hex prevented. Here's the coil and it is enough. That's a level 2 Lich, but he goes down too probably. Yep, there was no mana anymore. Only a potion could have been swapped here. The third hero is all eliminated, but this is definitely worse for INSUP as the Orb of Corruption is gone. The Kodo didn't get to eat here, but the rest of the creep spot goes to the American as well. Invo potion, heal potion, very good items once again. And INSUP, what can you do? With low mana, no statue on the ground. Pretty much nothing. Needs to heal. This time, he gets the Lich back from the tavern to have more presence in the middle. DR 2.7. Red spot for Hitman. Victor Lin is accelerating like crazy. The momentum is totally with the Orc. Doesn't want to give up the Magnetor Reaper though, because then the TC is very, very close to 5. Again, the DK so far forward, gets another stomp off. That's an invite! Coil is ready. Careful. Hero focus on Hitman's side. It feels like INSUP isn't totally ready for this. Oh, and the impact of the miss skill on the Dark Ranger is insane. Can't coil the Magnetor. TC is threatening another Storm, but there's no mana for that. Maybe an opening for 1 or 2 more kills. Especially with that Raider gone. But we're just inches away from another Stomp. And I guess that's another opening. Shadowhunter is back, full mana. Also bringing items. I love that play by Hitman. Having the presence of mind to use the shop in the meantime. And just like that, he secures the red spot. Warsong Battle Drums. Little unnecessary. Inches away from 3. Hitman, will you give INSUP the time? These are big levels. This is the first level silence. Crystal Ball can check for an expansion. We'll see that there is none. Are you kidding me, INSUP? Level 2 Black Arrow over silence. What is this? The TC has just all the space in the world. Can't be nuked with his inventory. Shadowhunter also in a good way. 2 heal scrolls, 2 invul potions, and the TP. I don't feel like Hitman is losing heroes anymore. Reinforced defenses up as well. A lot later than before. DK in a better position now. Okay, these black arrows, man, they gotta carry, but you cannot stomp the mad cow. Absolutely not. And now Hitman knows that there's only one target, that's the Shadowhunter, and he will have his finger on the button. Coil, clutch, nice, but he doesn't have a coil for that Lich anymore. Potion transfer, but the damage is just insane. Is enough though. Coil also, Lich alive. Can iNSUP fight out of this? It's a super precarious situation. DK again moving far forward. There's a mana potion. This TC is just gonna annihilate absolutely everything. Dark Ranger behind enemy lines. Would love to have the life drain now, I guess, or being packed full. Hitman just all over iNSUP and stomping him into the ground, literally. Desperate coils, desperate measures. But at this point, no chance anymore. That TC is 5. And there's just no way. What a massive mistake! The one spell that you desperately need is silence. Smooth plays by Hitman. Could even expand now. And I guess shop control plus expansion is the next play. Just no threat. Oh, that Lich. Oh, what's that Lich doing? Suicidal Rock Cold Skull 1-0 Hitman, still undefeated in the tournament. And that was a lot iNSUP's fault, unfortunately. The early game, he handled this well. All the pressure handled well. And then there's no silence. I cannot believe it. The Farseer was underleveled. He wasn't really able to stop the TC. So that was a little bit an issue. TC was clearly overleveled. Yeah. And then not having silence. I think we haven't seen a single life drain. That's an easy fix though. That is an easy fix though. Basically with the press of a button. But this is not how you want to start a grand final. I hope he can shrug this off. I hope he can just forget about it. No, I will do this better, but yeah. Was a little bit of a weird move. Pick the Dark Ranger, can't find the connection. No burrow push. I feel like there was an opening for that burrow push. Then the life drain pick. Tough moments. But we're talking about Hitman. Like, this guy. Quite a phenomenon, is he not? Rank 15 in the world, not as high as he once was. Especially after Sweden. Where he was just defeated by Lawlight, where he kicked down X-Lord into the lower bracket. That could happen again. X-Lord is there. Hitman just needs 2 more maps. Map number 2 is on the way. Shallow Grave. INSUP has stated multiple times how much he hates that map. Really not his favorite. Maybe a bit too big to him. But he has to win here now, I feel. If you're down 2-0 against Hitman, that turns into a Mission Impossible. An already tough mission turns into a Mission Impossible. Hitman up, 1-0, 2 maps away from Germany. And is it time for a Blade Master? I feel like Farseer opening is too good on this map. To just skip it. And if someone knows how to do it, it is definitely Hitman. But he was also one of the first to lightning shield creep with a Blade Master, so who are we? Who am I to predict? INSUP should really go back to Lich. I feel like the Dark Ranger times, that was a nice meta for a while when we were still Tet Fiends. To just catch up. But now that we have ghouls, you can't afford the Altar build time. Okay, INSUP. Can he send Hitman back to the lobby? That's pretty much what we expected. Farseer into Grunt, into Headhunters to creep this spot with the Lightning Shield and then move on. It's just too good of a camp. And INSUP, DK, ghouls. Yeah, I think it's time to abandon the Fast Fiends. And ghouls it is. He did so well with them. Up until the beginning of tier 2. Solid control. Not feeding them away. Exactly as you should. Wouldn't mind to see 1 or 2 surrounds. But it's risky. If you miss one of these surrounds, it's just dead.
A player's forces are under attack.
Okay, DK up. Who does the lightning shield creep better for Hitman? This is pretty much perfect. Gotta be a little careful that the Renegade Wizard is not using the second one. He doesn't. Nicely done. Moves the Farseer away. INSUP on the other side. Oh, did not trigger the lightning shield. Just goes for the Renegade. Maybe a little too risky. Ring and ring. So at least that's fair. For the momentum of INSUP, probably not too great. Needs a little jump start. He needs a little... a moment to boost his confidence again. Headhunters can now take care of that Frost Armor creep, and that's instant level 2, and that's the big strength of Farseer on this map. Downside is, the tech is later. Thanks to that Grunt build. And INSUP is the one teching faster. Wow. Also opens up his natural. Wow. And here's the arrest. You cannot afford to give the Sasquatch up. Maybe if it costs a ghoul or something, that's fine. Gets the coil. Didn't get the item. He yoinked it. Oh no. Talisman of Evasion going to Hitman. This will be so good on the TC, and another shot in the gut for the Canuck. Ouch.
A player's forces are under attack.
It's probably a little more about experience than it is about items though. But he's already building a super tanky TC. And so far, INSUP has shown that he can't really deal with that TC. If you can get counter kills here, that's glorious. But Hitman, seemingly on point. Look at the blocks. These blocks are they perfect now? They are. But Frostmourne always... No! No, 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 no! You can't let him go! Another moment that's going in Hitman's favor. Maybe too long of a day. Maybe the endurance is ironically with the orc. That was one swipe away. Look how Hitman blocks the path for the Headhunter, puts damage on the DK in the meantime. This is rough, and I got a feeling that INSUP is broken. Not the end of the world. It's not level 3 yet, but we've seen how powerful these level 2 wolves, early level 2 wolves are. INSUP needs to steal, but he might maneuver himself into a trap. Ooh, level 3 unlocked. That's the round. Also not working. Also not working. All the Fossey is soaped up, glitches through. These ghouls have to do some heavy lifting. They get the surround done. A little momentum maybe for INSUP. Finally something going his way. But how do you counter that? With the Lich this time, with tier 3 this time. Thank you, Nilo Angelo, for the sub.
A player's forces are under attack.
TC is out, tier 3 has started. This looks a little mad. He's diving deep for that one Headhunter. Got the kill eventually, but no level 3. Ghouls can't really creep at the same time. The coils are all empty. But he prevents the TC from creeping. He identified this as the biggest problem. The TC just tears him apart.
A player's forces are under attack.
Uh-oh. Speed scroll is Storm first. There's one coil and a TP. Hitman trying to get that surround in, but I think the Lich is a little too fast with Aura. Oh, almost stops movement. That could have been the Stomp. Hitman currently missing a burrow. That might be a little time for INSUP to catch up. There's the burrow. Is that in time for the third hero? Probably.
A player's forces are under attack.
Okay, TC very much underleveled this time. Giving up DK and Lich levels for the TC levels might work out. If he can accelerate now. Level 3 for the DK is guaranteed. Still, items are abysmal. Oh, but that TC though. EHP through the roof. Aura unlocked. Headhunter upgrade queued. If you're INSUP, should you try to go for a burrow push as fast as possible? At this stage? Lich levels, gets the orb, okay. INSUP's game is back on track, I'd say.
Player's forces are under attack.
Also an Ankh, can't even nuke him. We arrive at 50. INSUP has a lot of gold, but half of that will be spent for the Dark Ranger. There she is. What's the spell build? Don't tell me you go Black Arrow again. Silence it is. Okay. Biggest issues of game 1 fixed. TC not a fast level 3. Dark Ranger third instead of second. Silence first instead of never. But Hitman's army is still good. It's still powerful. He's not ready yet. Misses some upgrades. Misses the third hero. That's a quick red spot. Battle drums again. Okay. Hitman item hack stopped functioning. Thank you, Blizzard. Bone chimes. Can't help for the first big fight when ghouls are still relevant. Again, this heal scroll. Is it just me? It's double heal scroll. Whoa, this must be a dedicated push. This almost has to break Hitman. He got level 3 Lich. He's getting level 2 Dark Ranger. Is it the first time that iNSUP is truly ready prior to a fight? Hitman can't really find him anymore. Has a TP though. Yeah, this push has to hit hard. This has to hit so hard. And there is no reinforced defenses. Is there a chance for iNSUP? Instant TP. And iNSUP's running away immediately. Very defensive. TC up front as one should. Raider trying to catch some. Okay, second destroyer up. No statue on the ground, but reinforcements are coming. He needs that double dispel against wolves and hex. Ghouls not connecting. Running around like headless chicken, dodging the storm though, only hitting the DK, who's once again very far forward. Headhunters are melting relatively quickly. Headhunters still in that heal scroll used early. Hitman with his back against the mercenary camp can get one. The Berserker DK in trouble, getting hexed right before he has a potion ready. Ghouls seemingly all gone. More reinforcements. Shadowhunter looking very dangerous. Oh. Gets it eventually, but only a level 1 hero. Was that too much nuke? Or is iNSUP taking the first real fight of the day? These mercs are a myriad of XP. Shadowhunter has fallen. Berserker down. But can he get the DK into a better position? I wonder. Yeah, he has this 10 supply lead. The statue is regening. The Kodo is falling. That's a massive slaughter, actually. Coil undershoots a little bit, but if he gets the smaller, it's all worth it. And that's how a fight can look if you hit your timings, if you have your spells, if the builds are right. Is he getting too greedy? 2 more headhunters low. Mauler denied. It's very important that this was denied. Almost another one. But there's another Nova too. And this time there's no expansion to back this up. 20 supply lead. Dark Ranger level 3. iNSUP has all the tools in the world to end this game.
Players' forces are under attack.
There's no crazy TC now. There's no reinforced defenses. There's no heal wave even. And maybe that is a little bit of a mistake. Maybe you have to go heal wave first, no matter what. Finish him. Oh, iNSUP has to take care of that Lich. Mana is ready for more storms. He's trying to nuke, but Hitman calls for the game and iNSUP puts his name on the scoreboard. Guys, not gonna lie. I thought iNSUP is dead. I thought iNSUP is so dead after this early game. But he isn't. And that's the map that he hates the most. Shallow Grave. Goes to iNSUP. Hitman maybe he was a little too sure. iNSUP clawed back into this. With not even super extraordinary plays. Just very solid plays. Leveling, yeah, that Lich had good impact. That DK Lich harass was nice. TC underleveled for the longest time. And now we have a series. Now it's on. That's... That's all it takes. If that's the recipe now, all you gotta do is do it again and again and again. And Hitman has to find a solution. This was a little bit of an unorthodox opening by Hitman though, because it's probably the only map where he plays that opening with a grunt. Nevertheless, the early game was so good. Yeah, boys. Back to the lobby. For the first time. Silences were okay. The build was okay. Lich levels were good. And we're moving on to map 3 then. Waiting for INSUP. INSUP ready. Okay, calls for a little break again. Off we go, everybody. Map 3 is springtime. This is shaping up. This could be epic. Hitman hasn't lost an NA Grand Final or an Americas Grand Final since the regionals in 2020 against Cruncher. That was a high-stake match where he wasn't as prepared as his opponent was, and there he was broken. Can INSUP take this victory and get the advantage for the first time? That might be the wind under his wings, but this could also be an enraged Hitman. He's switching up the build completely already. No grunt opener, straight back to fast Farseer, fast tech, headhunters, as you're used to seeing. Springtime. How well accustomed are these guys to springtime? How elaborate are the creep spots? This is the fastest tech again, prior to the hero being out. Okay, full on pressure. Keep INSUP in his base, sacrifice the Farseer levels for the greater good. And that's exactly what he has to do. INSUP has to stay calm, collected, not going for any greater risks.
A player's forces are under attack.
How much can he creep early on before the Farseer is here? Goes for the Mammoth first. Ooh, big moments already. This needs to work. Lightning Orb was already in the air. And now we can play the coil advantage. But again, Hitman plays it so nice. Always pressure on the DK. That's not what you want as an undead. But undershooting the damage again. Not getting the last hit. Similar, a little similar to Starbuck early on. But there's still damage potential to Hitman. Look at the DK. Look at the ghouls. But one kill going to Hitman. That last hit was nice. But there's more coils. Needs one hit. If only the DK had the aura already. Probably not gonna happen though, so the DK is far away from his base. That also means far away from Blight. But Hitman has to queue a shop then. He did. And I wonder if that DK is chasing too far. Probably not if you can creep at the same time. Wolves. Whoopsie, that's a ghoul going down. Did he get more than that? That's close. But the heal wave is there. Man, that shop. Gets level 2 eventually. Farseer. Okay, half a level from just an harass. That's totally fine. INSUP is hurt, but we've seen worse openings. Way worse openings. This was a very, very late TC though, and that allowed INSUP to rush over and pressure him. This Farseer is creating so much space, and that's maybe a little too predictable. Headhunter is streaming in. What's this DK doing? Oh, doesn't really know where to go. Solid little sidestep. Headhunter is actually taking some damage. Wait a minute. That's a kill. Going to the creeps. No experience for INSUP, but it's a Headhunter is a Headhunter. And that could have been a couple of dead ghouls. But yeah, with that DK, so hurt. Is there even an opening on tier 2? TC is already on the way. Tier 3 is already on the way. INSUP is holding his ground, but Hitman is just preparing the ground for later. Ghouls back to almost full health. DK also 50%. Now it's time for the TC. Grouping up with best friends, the Headhunters. And now it's time to study. It's time to learn. It's time to level up. Even the wolf sent back to accelerate this a bit. INSUP's second attempt to go for the Sasquatch. There's no inner fire anymore or anything that can stop him really. Tier 2 is done. Needs to lich ASAP. No chain lightning. This must be a kill. Oh, uses the coil here. That's risky. 271 is the experience. Yeah, you have to play around it. At least the coil is ready. Exactly. Claws plus 9. Claws plus 5. Sorry. But I feel like there's too many ghouls dying. Or is this ghoul dying? We've seen the Hitman blocks before. Now we get the INSUP blocks. Solid. Can he prevent this last hit? He's trying to get rid of Orc Vision. Hitman has to let go. Nicely done. Man, this is high-level Warcraft now, everybody. The Self is helping. TC continues creeping. And that might just be another free level 3 TC. But Lich is out. Gloves, claws. There we go. Little gift. Is it the right call to go creeping yourself? If you don't have level 3, probably. Still a winnable position. It feels like INSUP is smashing fights that he's not even supposed to win. Oh, Ring of Regen on that decay is extraordinary. But that's the TC level 3. Claws here as well. And claws plus 9. Okay, this Farseer will once again pack a punch. Wait a minute. You go for the red spot here? Isn't that way too greedy? But I guess he knows what INSUP is doing. And he feels safe. Consumable is big. Consumables can win fights. So having that big potion, especially in a matchup like this, where it's so much about hero focus. Okay, it's seemingly working. INSUP moves back. He got no items at the shop actually. No invo potion. Hood of Cunning, solid for the Shadow Hunter, but nothing else. And that Shadow Hunter, I wonder if Hitman is making an adjustment and goes for heal wave first. Just to heal himself sometimes, maybe. Tier 3 done by INSUP, waiting for a little more gold. And the Dark Ranger's on. He doesn't have a slot for Destro. Ah, he did fix it now, I think. Cancel the Fiend. Boots of Kel'Thalas will be a nice gift for the DR. Should be getting that Dark Ranger now. Whoopsie, forgetting about the statue. And the Dark Ranger. Wait. Ooh, don't fight without the Dark Ranger. Not against a close to level 4 TC. That must be a high priority, but okay. He wants to trigger that TP. Hitman, what's your reaction? Exploit that TC again. Maybe didn't realize what an opening this was. Oh, that polar bear! Okay, aggressive coils. All the way aggressive coils. INSUP this time. Didn't fumble this. Gets the last hit. Immediately stomp into almost nowhere. It's just 2 ghouls. They're totally disposable. DK diving deep. Opening this up. The Shadow Hunter isn't here yet. He's still in the altar. Looks mighty late. The silence hits well. And INSUP with the Tri-Hero combo, if he's not sacrificing this DK, the DK has 2 greater heal potion. He should be super safe, but he's not fighting with the level 3 Lich. Maybe an oversight, maybe a little bit too early, but totally understandable due to the late arrival of the Shadow Hunter, who sees an opening now. With Hex it is again. INSUP neck and neck fights, trying to dispel the wolves. Not too sure if that hit. The Stomp is mighty fine again. And INSUP is losing Fiends. INSUP is losing a lot of supply. Dark Ranger in trouble. Mana's looking whack. And the potion is on cooldown. Must be a TP. Must be a TP. Just seconds away. Split seconds away from that Stomp. But that was the first real even fight that goes Hitman's way. Clearly Hitman's way. And that's also shop control. That's an invul. That's the heal scroll. The saved Kodo Beast is big. And INSUP is once again fighting uphill. But he has some spots left. And he has big level ups left. He once again fighting without the level 2 Nova. Maybe ill-advised, maybe too greedy. Oh, that's 475 mana on the cow. Bone Chime is rather useless, of course, as there is basically no melee in this army. INSUP needs some help, needs a big item. Medallion of Courage is such an item. 432. Black Arrow unlocked. Hitman knows exactly where INSUP is. Was a little gamble, maybe. Kodo is still hurt. Raider down. Not the position we want to be in. TC 4.4. The upcoming fight is maybe the last one that INSUP can take. Good region here as well. Huh? Loses some of them. INSUP still has a potion, but no invul. No TP. Oh, the utility on Hitman is just insane. INSUP needs a Hail Mary. And a big one, that is. Item on the ground. Crystal Ball. Okay, doesn't need that in the fight. DK again getting caught. Raider down. Kodo. Maybe an invite here. That DK. Whoo, potion just last second. Invul potion breaks through the silence. DK back to 50% in just no time. These 2 and soon to be 3 attack upgrades are really paying off. And these fiends are getting slaughtered. 14 HP. For now, INSUP is alive. And for now, INSUP is fighting. But there's more. Hitman can stay in this fight for so much longer due to the potions. Trying to die for that Shadow Hunter again to keep him prior to level 3. Trying to keep the TC on level 3. Trying to force a TP. Anything. But it ain't working. I feel like the spells are superior. There's still an invul potion. The mana potions are all gone. Hold on. Is INSUP somehow doing this? It seems like he's losing so much. The coil was pretty much on point, but it was also the last one. Dark Ranger has more mana, but can't stop any spells anymore. How is Hitman lower supply now? Maybe instead of the 3rd attack upgrade, going for the defense upgrade. Did INSUP just burn through like 3 potions? Hitman, I mean. INSUP moving forward. Oh, another kill. That's a Destro kill. That's a feed kill. And that is Hitman taking the lead now again. Kodo falling. What a sick back and forth. They're trading XP. Yo, the Destro! 5 supply down and that was expensive. Hitman saves. Seemingly getting better. Okay, that radar can't be saved anymore. INSUP is down to 3 heroes and a statue. Maybe eventually this was a little too much. And the statue is super depleted as well. My god, what a game. What a bare knuckle box fight. This is so wild. But Hitman has the lead. Hitman has clearly the lead. Maybe INSUP should have been happy with the situation. He cleared the inventory of Hitman. He got a lot of kills. But then he got a little too greedy. Thought he could outlast him with the statue running. And that wasn't the case. But how do you stop the CC? I guess ideally you take all the invuls away, but you also have to rebuild your army. And there is an invul. Reinforced defense is coming. INSUP once again looking for the opening. In DreamHack times, these fights would have been a lot more one-sided, I can tell you that much. Shadowhunter far forward, all of a sudden Hitman with a little positioning mistake. Silences are getting better, he's taking that Raider away. No burrow upgrade anymore as we have a crystal ball here. Dark Ranger trying to get these skeletons up. Fiends falling like flies because the attack upgrades are too crazy! So are the undead nukes! And now INSUP has to run. He got the Shadowhunter, he got the big objective. And the statues are running. Is he overcommitting again? He wants to dash through all his mana. But don't ever underestimate that TC. Big one. And that DK. Has he anything left? No. The overcommitment. Way too big. Oh, that's heartbreaking. He had the opening. He got the kill. And then he runs into a TC. That stomps the Lich as well. He got close, but flew too close to the sun. Hitman 2 and 1. That could have been better. That could have been better for Hitman. For INSUP. Oh boy. He gets so greedy. He always wants more. He doesn't really know when to stop, apparently. And that's where he sometimes throws games away. Alright, boys. And girls, and everybody in between. It's match points for Hitman. One step away from Hamburg. Can he go all the way? Can he do it now? Or will he lose another one? Ready? Or do you need a few minutes? INSUP says go. Waiting for Hitman's response. Okay. No rest for the wicked. The Hitman. Is he closing it out? I guess a lot of people are surprised how well INSUP is doing. and how competitive this is. He had the recipe from game 2, but Hitman is switching it up. Found a solution to creep that TC. And then a fight a little too early. Somehow, miraculously, iNSUP still makes it work to stay alive. And then he gets too greedy. Bit off more than he can chew. The pressure now on iNSUP. Has to win 2 games in a row against Hitman. When was the last time that happened? That someone in Americas did that. Must have been Cruncher, right? At the regionals. For Hitman, there's no real reason to change anything. Faster, fast build, and iNSUP going golds again. Feels like I'm obviously not an expert on micro and control, etc. But iNSUP is always sending his DK way too far up front and then needs like 2 or 3 seconds to fix that positioning before he sends him back in. That costs him so much effective micro, I feel. Hitman did one mistake with the Shadowhunter positioning and it was punished immediately, so that shall not happen again. What's very clear is you can't make too many mistakes in this matchup. The remaining maps, Tidehunters first, and then gotta look up the second one. Autumn Leaves as a decider, which then could be again a Blade Master map. Oh boy, Hitman has the read. Oh, iNSUP gets it, plus a circlet. That's nice. That's important. But there's more damage possible for Hitman for sure. DK attacks threaten the Fastia back. How much mana does he have to involve? Relatively easy. 0 XP so far. Coil is ready. Ooh, you think that he can save that ghoul? Not true. Oh! Can he block? Look at this. Wolves are chasing. Nerup is up though. And that's a more than solid creep for iNSUP. He didn't even lose that ghoul. Impressive. Oh wow, that's big damage now though. That's the first... Oh, wasn't the first experience, interestingly. Lasted so big. Damn, the patience on iNSUP. The patience on iNSUP. And that's level 2. Now he can chase. That opens up the early mid game. But the TC is once again super early. At least level 2 is super easy. In the first series between them, Hitman played very differently. Another steal right here, but the DK might be blocked. Can he dribble out? Oh, so close. These moments are so close between the two. Yeah, it was a very, very different game. iNSUP was creeping fast. He was getting that consumable fast. JF McGee, thank you for the sub. iNSUP still has to catch up in tech, but almost no levels here. DK rising. And again, the ghouls. Level 3 immediately. This is hunting season opened. Silas, thank you for the sub as well, mate. If INSUP gathers a little bit of mana, these coils are so powerful. Items also insane for the Lich. Get both of these tiny items. That's super good. Dark Ranger again. Is that the right call? That almost broke his neck on Northern Isles. Can't stop the level 2. This has to be the best black arrow of all time. Ah, stop. Too easy. No luck with the ladies INSUP. How do you get out? There's 2 coils. The black arrow has to work. He has to fight out. Maybe he built himself a trap. Okay, use the Dark Ranger as a bait. At least she's functioning as one now. And this is exactly what you want to accomplish with the Dark Ranger. Black arrow connections. Pressure on the headhunters. Keep the orc back. And reduce the numbers. And Snare though. Did not expect this. Damage? It's not enough though, right? Can't be enough. You can't. Oh, the peon block. You can't get stomped again. Oh my god. Did you see when the stomp was ready? It was a split second after he built the TP.
A player's forces are under
But was this enough damage for the Dark Ranger? 20 XP? Not really. But this DK early is phenomenal. With Dark Ranger, you can creep like crazy if things go well. But boy, does INSUP need a statue. Bad. Getting a little greedy, is he not? Not using the coils anymore, but I think he has to cut these corners. Roffel die Cards, thank you for the 5 gifted subs! TC is already 3. DJ Spider 0, thank you for the 500 bits. This CC is almost over leveled. We still don't have Chain Lightning. Hitman is trying to get things done with last hits and disrupting this creep. He knows that he doesn't have to fear Coil Nova. So this is all good. Tier 3 is ready. Frenzy is coming. Did INSUP save a lot of ghouls? I'm not even too sure. Flute. Very nice to have. INSUP can't complain about items. Ghoul numbers are ridiculous though. Hitman dodges his opponent for now. Shadowhunter late. As we're also waiting for the Lich. INSUP moves into the middle. Marketplace. Big consumable. Same for Hitman who gets the 3rd big mana this day. Still doable though. This Lich, man. He's getting a lot of gifts. Scroll of the Beast can be good. This Lich is already a powerhouse. But Hitman getting a lot of experience. Again, do you really want level 4 TC that fast instead of level 3 Farseer? Looks a little odd. Looks a little unoptimized, but that's the double level up. He was exactly waiting for that. As INSUP is getting shop control though. But is it really shop control when the Invo potion's already gone? Lich out. Orb up. 4 and 3. The black arrows are great now. Hitman is finished with the camp though. Hitman sees INSUP coming, turns around immediately. Big mana potion, invo potion, health stone. Again, so many consumables. But you can operate from range. Coil Nova is definitely a solid weapon. Then you want to follow up with Black Arrow. He goes for the DK once again. Oh, Coil Nova on the fast here, trying to trigger a TP. Counter focus on the DK. It's all about the first heroes. iNSUP again diving deep with that hero. He has no TP anymore. No! GG! Hitman going to Hamburg. iNSUP, a worthy opponent. But in the end, it is the NA Dominator. This was a little too aggressive. The TP was gone. He's diving with the DK. Giving these gifts. These DK gifts. This was a little too much. Hitman saw it, exploited it, and he is the winner of the Americas. Not without flaws, not without dropping a map, not without competition. But in the end, he is still the reigning king of the Americas. And maybe we'll get another rendezvous with X-Lord. I wonder what he's looking forward to most. The reunion with Carson? The reunion with Remo? What's it gonna be? No big surprise here, but Pato did well. iNSUP did well, but the damage wasn't enough. But Hitman has to be prepared when he comes to Hamburg. Little rage again in the end, or maybe, but maybe he also thought that was over. It couldn't stop the TC. And then head first into the army. The DK dives. And I think it's time to get the Hitman back on the Back to Warcraft broadcast. Congrats, my man. Welcome to Hamburg. How's it going? Can't hear you yet, I assume. Ah! There you go.
Sorry, I didn't have my mic plugged in.
I thought so. Congrats, man. Welcome to Hamburg. How's it going?
Thank you. Good. I'm doing well. It feels good to win. I knew I was a favorite, but iNSUP is always a hard opponent, so I'm glad I got the W. The 3-1 is kind of what I was expecting. I thought he was going to get one game, but I mean, it was a hard fought match, so glad I got the win.
Yeah, it felt like he gave you a couple of openings with his DK positioning, especially on the last map, of course. Was that the key?
Yeah, sometimes I felt like if I was in trouble, I just right-clicked his hero, and that works for me. So.
Typical orc style, of course. Whether it's Blade Master or Headhunters, exactly.
Yeah, what was that one game on Tidehunters where I lost my entire army to kill his lich or something?
Yeah.
I actually found that hilarious. I thought I hope other people did too.
We all found the series hilarious. I thought you would be hungover and totally knocked out, but it seems like you're doing all right.
Yeah, I'm surprised. I surprised myself. I thought I was going to play poorly, but I'm actually doing pretty well today. I wouldn't say perfect, but good enough, that's for sure. iNSUP played really well too.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, it felt like, especially in the fights, he was giving you a hard time.
Yeah, I felt like most of those games he could have won at one point. Like it was really back and forth. Like there was he was definitely ahead at a couple points in like most of those games. So kind of crazy series.
But in the end, you're making the trip. What are you most looking forward to? Is it the tournament or is it the Red Light District?
The tournament for sure. I mean, it's been a while since I've played in a Warcraft tournament in general. The scene's just been pretty dry since DreamHack has left, so I'm just glad to play in another LAN, get to play on low ping, so it's gonna be fun, meet all the boys again, so it's gonna be fun, yeah.
Right. Very much looking forward to seeing you again. It's just 5 weeks. I hope you're ready. I hope you're practicing. Or will you be slacking now that you're qualified?
I'll be practicing, that's for sure. Don't you worry.
Never would I ever worry about your performance, Victor. That's it already. If you have any final words to your fans out there, that's your chance.
Yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I'm just gonna keep winning like I always do. Hopefully someone steps up one of these days and beats me, but I don't know. Until then, just gonna keep collecting my ice cream money.
Mr. Paycheck Collector. Love to hear from you, man. See you soon.
See you later, man. Thank you for casting and hosting. Cheers.
Big pleasure, mate. Bye-bye. There we go. Victor Lin. The only Lin that's gonna appear in Hamburg, but that means we have 8 players. We have 8 amazing players, and I can't wait for the 5 weeks to be over, for this event to kick off. 3.5 days in Hamburg. September 29 to October 2nd. We're gonna crown an unofficial world champion, I would say. And we got Happy there. We got Xlot there. Foggy, Starbuck, Hitman, Lawliot, Soen and Sock. Plus 4 players from the open bracket. 100 players in the open bracket. They all have the chance to still make it into the top 12. We're gonna have great talent around. I will of course be there. Remo is gonna be there. Todd is there. Carson is gonna be there as far as I know. We have a wonderful host from the Smash Bros. Melee community. We have 2 experienced observers and so much more. Hopefully this event is everything that you expect it to be. If you have any suggestions, please let me know. Looking for ideas, looking to make everything possible that you want from this event. And yeah, this was crazy. Once again, I wanna say a big thank you to every single player in this qualifier, whether it be the first round players in the open qualifier or the finalists here in all regions. They behaved so well. No one was causing any trouble. Scheduling was super easy. Solving problems got super easy. If someone had to wait for a bit, it was absolutely no problem. If someone wanted to shift dates or something, no problem. Everybody was super nice to each other. I really like to have these regional pre-qualifiers with Oceania and South America, giving a little bit of spotlight to these regions as well. We explored Dirtbag that way. We had this great Pato run this way. And yeah, of course then the usual suspects in Europe, etc. But I'm really happy. I'm exhausted AF. It was 4 weeks every weekend, just one cast after the next until late at night. And I'm really proud of some of the performances I've seen. I just felt that players are giving it a little extra compared to like online tournaments or weeklies or whatever. A lot of players really wanted this, and that already makes me proud. You guys selling or buying the ticket makes me extremely proud. The level of play here was amazing. And yeah, I don't know. Thanks to Remo, who helped me so much throughout the 4 weeks. The guys of Being Esports and Arcadia, of course. So next up, TP League, ESL Meisterschaft. Our weeklies continue, of course. And then it's time for Rara Land in 5 weeks. I hope you save the date. If you're in Hamburg, wonderful. If you're on stream, also pretty great, but don't miss this. Thank you all. See you soon.